Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, Tabetha Odegaard. It's always a pleasure each week to come into your home or business with our Connection Show, which is connecting you with us and us with you. We bring in different organizations, and we hopefully bring you information that perhaps you didn't know about or you forgot about, or just new organizations trying to get started. We have all kinds of thanks for joining me this week. You know, I had to go solo last week. You bailed out on me. But,
and I'm sure you did just fine.
Well, I tried to, but it's hard.
The audience didn't even
tell you the
listen.
hardest part about when I'm by myself is getting out of this chair over to that one, back over to here. I have to move around like and pretend like I'm you, and then me.
Is that what you do? I don't recommend that.
You don't recommend? Should I just stay in this chair?
Yeah, you should probably just stay over there.
So how's it going with you?
Good. Yeah.
Busy.
Very busy. Always busy.
Between cutting hair at the Classic Cuts Barbershop, and did you move the?
I did. I moved over here next to Roma's at New Fitness, and it's pretty much all ladies, and it's fitness classes of so many different kinds, from 6 a.m. in the morning till 6:30 at night.
So they have all kinds of classes.
Yeah.
It's not really it's not like a typical gym where you don't have the weights.
No, there's no free weights. Mainly ladies getting together, helping each other, supporting each other, and there's lots of different Zumbas, Pyo, HIIT, spinning now, and Zumba.
So you have
you name it, we got it.
They have a schedule of all the different classes, and then you sign up for those classes.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. So you've got your spin bikes there, and so you've added spinning to their other class schedule.
Absolutely.
Well, that's good.
It's a lot of fun, meeting a lot of nice young ladies, and I'm enjoying myself.
Well, good. We'll have to remember that. So if you're into any of the things she just said, well, go over to the New Fitness there in the little shopping center there at the stoplight by Roma's restaurant in that shopping center.
When I try them all out, I'll let you guys know what it's all about, because I don't know some of, like HIIT, I've never taken a HIIT class. Kickboxing, they offer that. I've never done that. And then this new thing called Pyo, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's some form of yoga, but it's faster, more intense.
Okay. So you haven't been there but a few weeks, so you hadn't really got into all those.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You can tell us about it.
Yeah, I definitely will let everybody know what they're all about.
Good. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment with our first guest on this week's Connection.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. I just want to tell you about some exciting upcoming events and new items. There will be a Gut Health 101 class with Jodelle Fitzwater coming up this month. Holiday items will be arriving shortly, and we will be having a fundraiser event for the Ozark Humane Society where 10% of sales will go to the shelter. There is also a fun trivia night event on October 13th to benefit the Humane Society as well. Check our Facebook page for updates, follow us on Instagram at Enjoy Nature's Wonders, join our email list by signing up in store, and of course, stop in and shop and find out all the latest at Nature's Wonders on Highway 65 in Harrison.
John was the first one to be an inpatient here, and everything was great. And I had heard some negative things about the hospital, and I'm going, what are you talking about? This hospital's great. Why would you want to travel over to Fayetteville when you have this great hospital? All the nurses, everybody, phenomenal.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first guest in the studio has been with us numerous times in past years, and we're going to talk about the past a little bit. Toinette Madison, how'd you like that lead in?
They're very impressed. What a welcome.
Thanks. How you been doing?
Good.
You've got your beautiful fall color shirt on.
Yeah, she does.
I'm so ready for fall.
And we are moving.
Celebrating.
Me too. I love my summertime, but I do love fall, and it's feeling nice out there right now.
Beautiful day. Beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, we've had some great weather. It looks like it's going to continue for the next 5 to 7 days.
I'll take it.
Good time. What are we talking about today here?
Well, she needs to just let us know where the museum is and
kind of tell about
what's
the
going
museum.
on.
Yeah.
The museum is at the corner of Central and Cherry. up by where the school administration building.
Yes.
The old Vision Video. We've been up there since '87, I guess. The admission is $5 for adults. Children under 12 are free. And if you got a group, give me a call. We'll work something out with you, usually for school kids or church groups, things like that. We do a lot of that.
Okay, where do you get your display items?
Everybody in the county, if you haven't been there, we have one of everything. We are really fortunate in that we are so successful because of the people of Boone County that bring things in. And they might not have any idea whether or not we can use it. But if they just bring it in, a lot of times there's a story with it they have no idea. And a lot of estates, unfortunately, when you have to go through that stuff, things you don't want to throw away but you don't know what else to do, bring it to us. If it has any significance, we will keep it, archive it, and it'll be in Boone County forever. So
let me ask you a quick question. That the building you're in, that's part of right next to the school administration building, but actually was a part of junior high school at one time. But that, how many levels does that? I forget now.
The building was built in 1912 as the high school, the first state-sponsored high school.
Then it became the junior high.
Then it became in the 50s, the mid-50s. They remodeled and made it junior high. It's 3 stories, and we have a chock full of stuff.
Do you really?
Yes.
So on every floor, I hate to say I haven't been over there in several years, so you have something on every floor?
We sure do, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's very nice. But you know, people always say you remember those days, you remember this, you remember that, but history is very important. I mean, it really is important to every generation, whether you're talking about history locally or your family. I mean, the family tree thing's got to be a huge thing.
We have a huge genealogy department.
Genealogy is a big deal.
Yes, and we do a lot of that. I like to say that we play Who Do You Think You Are there all the time, and it's really good to have somebody travel in and they maybe have ties to Boone County, and we're able to hook them up, tell them where their folks lived, and a lot about what it was like when they were here.
Wow.
Very interesting.
You know, like a lot of the displays and stuff of, or like she said, just old pictures or framed pictures or certificates or anything like that. It's really neat to look at.
Tools or cooking utensils, anything. And a lot of what we have is has to do with Boone County. That's one rule we have before we take things anymore. But it's indicative of the region, in the Ozarks region. So folks from all around enjoy it and are reminded of yesterday, in one way or another.
Yesteryears.
Yes.
So you're putting on a dinner for donations and fundraiser. So tell us a little bit about it.
It's called Repast with the Past.
There you go.
This is our 4th year for an annual fundraiser. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. It happens pretty quickly. But we're excited about it. They grow every year, and they've been very successful. We're excited to be able to bring that to folks and benefit us at the same time. We have 3 characters this year. One character will be Lieutenant Colonel Pleasant Fowler, who was in the Confederate Army. He has a lot of relatives still here today. Was a very interesting man, did a lot of interesting things, and so we're excited about him being there. We're also having Carrie Nation. A lot of folks don't know that Carrie Nation owned a farm over by Alpena when she wasn't busting up saloons with her hatchet, so that's going to be interesting. We have Dr. Jim Bryant and his wife Virginia playing those 2 characters. And then Jules Stefanski has joined us this year to play Henry Starr's widow. Henry Starr, as you may know, was here for only 4 days. It took him that long to die after he was shot trying to rob the bank. But his wife was able to make it here before he passed, and then she took his body back to Oklahoma where he's buried. Luckily, she's going to be able to talk about a lot of Henry's life that we're not familiar with. Henry was a really big deal in Oklahoma and did a lot of firsts for bank robbers. But she's going to be able to share a lot about his life with us, so we're excited to have her.
So the characters will just kind of present and tell their life story of what happened
and what Boone County was like when they were here, while our guests enjoy a wonderful dinner.
Right.
So
can they ask questions?
Certainly. The characters will be in character all night.
Okay.
So you're free to walk up to them, ask them anything, and I would say that they'll be hard to stump because they've really done their homework and have been working on it for quite a while.
Now, when you say they're going to be in character all night, are they not going to go back to, say, Tabetha Odegaard's character? They're going to be dressed up and they're just going to stay
They'll stay in character.
Oh, well, that's very neat.
That's good. That's a good deal. Okay, so the event, I guess on here it's at you're doing it at the Quality and Convention Center.
Quality and Convention Center. We're going to open up the doors at 6 o'clock because we have a silent auction as well. Really unique and interesting items. The folks in town have been very, very kind in that aspect. So we're going to have a really neat silent auction going on. You can come in at 6 o'clock and look at everything. Then we'll serve dinner, and the show will start at 7.
Okay, so what are the tickets? How much are they?
Tickets are $25 each, or you can buy a table of 8 for $175. So you save a little bit there. Okay. And we've had lots of businesses step up and do that this time. Okay. So that's fun.
Do you normally fill the room, or do you have plenty of room?
We do have plenty of room. Yes, and but we do fill all the tables that we have. We've increased every year, and this year is no exception. It's a very busy week for me, so that's a good thing.
Let me ask you, Toinette, on the tickets, sometimes events like this, you like to get people to buy them ahead of time?
Exactly.
So is that you're suggesting reserve tickets buying? Yeah.
That is the best. That is not always what happens, as you may know. Folks don't always know their schedule till the last minute, and we'll work with anybody then, but the sooner the better. We like to have a good head count and those types of things, but we'll find everybody a seat.
Okay, so tickets are...
25,
and then a table of 8 is
175.
So do they just come and see you at the museum ahead of time?
Sure, they can call us at 870-741-3312, if I may.
Yes.
At the museum, or they can stop by.
Okay.
And we'll fix them up, or give us a call. We'll bring them to you if you need them. Certainly, we will work with you.
Doors open at 6, and dinner is served at 7. What are we having for dinner?
Oh, we're going to have a dual entree. We're going to have roast beef and grilled chicken, a wonderful, beautiful salad with a vegetable medley, 2 different desserts. I can't remember everything, but it's good.
It's hard to remember everything.
Yeah, make sure the food's good.
Dinner and a show.
That's right.
Right here in Harrison.
You can't beat that for $25. And learn while you're there.
Absolutely.
You're going to learn about where you live. And as Dennis said, that's very important. We shouldn't forget that.
Our heritage is very important. And if you grew up here, as a child, no matter what your age may be. Do you need anything right at this point in time? Of course, that's coming up Saturday. Sponsors, or do you need any help? Or as far as the public goes.
Appreciate you bringing that up. As a matter of fact, we sell ads in our program. That's another great way. I say that we're extremely nonprofit there at the museum, and if folks knew, they would wonder how we do what we do on what we got. So memberships are important at the museum. You can, if you're not a member of your Historical and Railroad Society, you should be, because we're saving your history. And for $30 a year, you get our 3 publications that we put out. We put out 3 publications on Boone County history every year. But for this fundraiser, which has been our only fundraiser, we sell ads in our program for $100, $50, or $35. That's a great way to support us. And also items for the auction. If anybody out there has items that they can donate for the auction, you have no idea how much that helps. So give us a call.
Auction,
we'll work it out. We'll come and get it, like I said.
That's cool.
Tell us a little bit about trivia night, right quick.
No, that's a different one. That's coming up after.
Night?
Well, you're getting to our next.
I'm at the next.
There's an idea, though. I think I
you
could
have
that.
trivia.
Boone County trivia. I can see that now.
Let's stick to the right page
she
here.
got off
We're running out of time, and I was just.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Sorry.
Okay. So the event coming up is on September the 26th. It'll be at the Quality and Convention Center. Doors open at 6 p.m. for the silent auction. They got a lot of neat items that will be on the silent auction. The dinner starts at 7. 3 unusual guests of the past. And if you'd like to have a Saturday evening on the town, so to speak, with great food and entertainment, it goes to a great cause. Toinette and all the people at the museum, they need your help. It's a great resource for this community, because not only is it tell about our past, but it's something for tourists who come through that want to see something, and they can go there, and it's really nice. It's good to have that, and we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your hard work too, by the way. I know you're a very busy person over there. Keep up the good work, Toinette.
Thank you, Dennis.
Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll have the individual here to talk about another big event coming up on the second half of Connection.
My daughter, how I love her, because I know she knows her from everything. If the things to be so simply are, no silence to that you more than the dreams now built for us have come true. You try to stay like my heart.
Arkansas Orthopedics and Sports Medicine now offers you 2 orthopedic surgeons, both trained in all the latest surgical techniques. Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler specialize in all forms of orthopedic problems and injuries, from torn rotator cuffs to joint replacement, even sprains or broken bones. Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler will see you quickly and with the highest standard of efficiency. The entire staff of Arkansas Orthopedics works to keep you moving. Call today for an appointment. Call Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler in Harrison at 741-8289.
Welcome to another Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, Tabetha Odegaard. Thanks for joining us on Connection this week. We come in to the studio every week and talk about different things with different people, and we really enjoy it. And it's always a pleasure to get the information out there. And hopefully you out in the viewing audience, if you didn't know about these events, well, maybe it'll ring a bell and you say, hey, I'd like to go to that. Help them out a little bit. Well, here's another event coming up to help out a great organization. We have with us Michelle Rost, with us today, and we appreciate you coming in, Michelle, on a last-minute notice. You filled in for us great. Thanks.
That's okay. I just appreciate you having me.
When did you call her this morning?
No, not this. I gave her more than that. It was Friday.
I had the weekend.
You had the weekend to prepare yourself.
She had about 2 minutes to give me an answer, but then the whole weekend to think about it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Michelle. Thanks. I'll let Tabetha kind of talk to you about the event coming up, the fundraiser. But let's talk about the Humane Society, because this is what we're going to be funding with this event. The Humane Society, Ozark Humane Society, is been around for a long, long time. And for those of you out there that don't know, it's over on Rock Springs Road. That's where the shelter is. And then they have the Cause for Paws, which is their location right off of Crandall Street, which is a thrift store. And a lot of people take stuff there, and all those funds go to the Humane Society. And it's a real struggle. I mean, there's so many unwanted animals out there, dogs and cats primarily is what we're talking about. I tell you, if you go to the shelter, and actually Tabetha and I know it's been 3 or 4 years ago.
I want to take them all home.
We went out there and did a show to help them out, kind of get the awareness. Oh my gosh, you kind of want to take them. If you're an animal lover, you just say, why don't you load them all up? I'll take them to the house, but you can't do that, obviously. They need help.
Yes, they do.
They do need help. My husband would probably tell you I do take them all home, but I don't really. not that many. But they do need a lot of help. The main thing that the shelter is always in need of is volunteers. Mm-hmm. Just can never have too many volunteers. And the thrift store is one of the main sources of income for the shelter. So shopping there, donating there is huge. Yeah. And also on the Ozark Humane Society Facebook page, there's a list of just day-to-day needs, things that you might not think about, like paper towels and laundry detergent and just real basic things that they go through so much of.
Sure.
And as far as from a volunteer standpoint, things you can do, because I volunteered there for a while a few years ago before I was on the board, and the animals are always in need of socialization. That's a big thing, is when dogs come in from whether they've been astray or abandoned or different things, they don't really know what to do when someone comes in and wants to take them in. They're not well behaved. They don't know any basic training or skills that way. So volunteers, it's nice to come out, walk them, play with them, kind of just get them used to the fact that there are people who care, people who love them, people they can trust, and sort of how to behave.
Yeah.
One thing I think, and they mentioned this way back when we were out there before, you don't think about this kind of, talking about their needs, like if you've got a pet carrier and you don't use it anymore, maybe, and just give it to them, or a cage, deal that they can keep, because they run out of space out there a lot of times, especially for the cats and stuff, where they don't, and anything you have like that, or if you'd like to donate food, I mean, obviously they spend a lot of money on the food for the dogs and cats, and or give them a coupon they can go to Walmart or the military or wherever and buy food for those pets out there. That's a big expense out there.
You can imagine. I mean, they go through pallets of dog and cat food.
Yes.
Just to give you an idea, it changes all the time, but they go from usually about 80 dogs and about 25 cats is about the normal amount of animals that are there at any given time. And so around 100 animals, it's usually full, unless, maybe we've just had an adopt-a-thon or something and several animals were adopted, but typically it's full. And so they definitely move through a lot of supplies.
Wow.
But they do a great job at it, I do have to say. I'm not out there on a regular basis, but like I'd like to be. That would be my ideal if I could just be out there every day.
Well, is Chris keeping you from going out there all the time?
I think he's maybe a little worried about out there.
Okay.
You never know what he's going to come home to. Honey, really? Another? Come on.
I know, at this point they might just blend in. I'm not even sure he would notice. He might not even notice.
He would, what's one more?
Yeah, what's one more?
Funny.
That's pretty neat. Another thing, and then we want to get into the fundraiser. I got one other point I wanted to make here, but here's another situation the Humane Society's run into, particularly for being here in Harrison, and not even counting the county, but in the city, Harrison has dropped their pound. They no longer have an animal pound. They have an animal control officer who picks up stray dogs and cats, but now they're taking them to the Humane Society because the city decided to close their pound, which is probably a good thing. But again, more cost. To feed, and and the thing about it is the spay and neuter out there. We haven't talked about it. Of course, that's very important. If you have a dog or a cat, you really, even if it's an inside one, particularly if it's outside, you need to have them spay and neuter, because otherwise, the population will grow and it gets totally out of control. And it's something I know they do out there. They make sure they spay and neuter them before they get them back out into the society, so to speak.
And I wish I had the statistics handy. I didn't even think of that. But if you look up the number of dogs that just an unspayed or unneutered, male and female dog, how many after so many years, how many puppies they can have. It's just spaying and neutering really is effective.
Because it compounds the issue you've already got.
Sure.
The strays are already out there, and then you just keep compounding, and then cats, there's even more so, and so anyway, they need help out there. If you want to go out sometime, and I won't say get depressed, but if you want to go to some place that really needs help, that's non-human help, go out to the Ozark Humane Society. There, you can't miss them. You go out to Industrial Park, turn over, and go out Rock Springs Road for a couple miles. It's on the left there. They have a nice facility. They've added on, but there's still way too many pets that need to be taken care of. And if you'd like to, don't go somewhere and buy one. Go to the Humane Society first. Before you go spend a lot of money at a Petco or somewhere, because those dogs and cats probably will mean more to you, and you'll certainly mean more to them. So that was a spiel for the Humane Society.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good job, Jenna. Good job.
Okay, let's talk about Trivia Night.
The Trivia Night fundraiser. What's going to happen there? What is it exactly?
Yeah. So Trivia Night is, last year was the first one we did, and last year I participated as part of the Nature's Wonders team. This year I'm helping plan it, so I'm seeing it from a different perspective, but it's basically we get 10 to 12 teams together of about 10 people each. We have 10 rounds of trivia with 10 questions each, so lots of 10s, and there's prizes for the teams that win the different rounds of trivia, and then a trophy for the overall winner. And we had so much fun last year on the Nature's Wonders team. It was just
the Nature's Wonders team. I like that.
We did it. It was so much. I think that no one really, was that into it, till we got there, and then we just mainly because it's a Tuesday night and everyone's, they're kind of ready. Everyone's ready to go home, whatever.
Sure.
But
Sure.
But oh my goodness, we had so much fun. And this year, everyone's like, when is that event coming up again? When's trivia night?
So your team is ready.
I can't participate on it this year, but still, they're going to have fun. And
so it's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun.
Awesome. Where's the event held at?
It is at the John Paul Hammerschmidt Center at North Ark, at the North Arkansas College.
Very good.
And that is, I forgot to say the date, I guess. It's Tuesday, October the 13th at 6:30 p.m.
Tuesday, October 13th.
How many teams can participate?
10 to 12 is about where that room, that's about as many as that room allows. I think we have 9 signed up right now, so we still have room for some teams.
You have 9 teams?
9 teams,
Okay,
yes, that are
that's
signed
good.
up so far.
Okay.
So if I wanted to participate and get a team, who do I need to contact?
You can contact me. I'll give you that contact info in a minute, but it's $200 for a team, which basically is $20 a person. You can
Okay.
get 10 people together.
Okay.
And if you can't get a team together, that's okay. We made a couple other options for those people if you can't get 10 people together, or can't get all the money together or whatever. You can sponsor a question for $25 or 3 questions for $50, meaning when one of the trivia questions comes up on the screen, it would say sponsored by,
okay.
yes, or brought to you by.
Nice.
And so that's a way you can help fund the event, because all the proceeds all the money goes to the shelter. And also you can come to the event and attend and just watch, because that's a good time too. And there's pizza for sale, drinks for sale, and raffle tickets. There'll be all sorts of prizes we'll be raffling off throughout the night.
So that's also how you can participate and help out as well.
Yes.
Got things going on during the activities. That's inside.
Yes, if you just come to watch, there'll be things to do too, and it's actually really funny.
Watch everybody.
I think so, because at our table anyway, there were some people who were really trivia savvy, and then some of us, including myself, who was like, I don't know any of these questions. I'm completely guessing on every single one of these questions.
That's what I'd be doing. You said what?
But we had so much fun because it's not a serious event. It's all for fun, all for charity, so it's not really a big deal if you don't know the answers. It's more fun just talking about it and getting everybody's
I can
input.
tell by your enthusiasm that you had a really good time.
I was excited to get asked to plan it for that reason, because it was fun.
That's awesome. That's a good deal.
Okay. What else?
Yeah.
Is anything else?
The contact information,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I never gave that. You can go to the Ozark Humane Society Facebook page if you want just general information, date, time, that sort of thing. Or you can call me at 870-688-2285.
Okay.
I know everyone said you're giving out your cell number, but I want people to sign up. So, and I feel like that's the most.
Or they can stop by Nature's
Or they
Wonders.
can stop by Nature's
You're there
Wonders.
quite often,
would be
quite a
fine
bit,
too. Yes.
And get the information. It
Yes.
sounds like a fun event, and obviously anything that you can do out there. Donations. If you just want to donate, she'll take the donation. You don't have to do anything. You can just give her some money. It'll all go to the Humane Society. But if you want to have a little fun, get your team together. Go down and see. If you're trivia savvy, I'm not at all. So I may just have to watch.
That's
Maybe
okay.
Tabetha, you get a team together and go down there.
It would be fun. Whether I know the answer or not, it would be fun.
Well, that sounds like a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming in, and
Yes, thank you
Michelle,
very
and talking
much.
to us about this and all the hard work you're doing for the Humane Society. Obviously, that's a major commitment that's made by a lot of people.
It
And
takes so many people.
and they need so many more volunteers. And if you're somebody out in the viewing audience that sees this show and you want to get involved in the Humane Society, give them a call. You can go by the thrift shop. They'll give you the information, the contact there, and anything. I mean, you don't have to work every day. If you could work one day a month or one day a week or whatever, or just, again, take your stuff to the thrift store. All that money, whatever they generate, goes to the Humane Society for the food and all these unwanted animals. I hate to say that, but that's what they were.
That's
they were
correct.
left.
We want to make them wanted animals.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the whole objective.
Yeah.
So.
And if you don't see an animal there that you like, get a hold of Michelle, because she's probably got one in her house that you can take. And she can get another one.
Exactly.
Michelle, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Don't forget about the Humane Society. They need your help. And don't forget about this event, the trivia event. It's a great one. It'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us on Connection. Thanks for being with me this week so I didn't have to flip-flop chairs. We'll see you again next week at this same time.